You know what it takes, and you're ready today to take them all on.
Done this in a while.
You got the measure of your man, and you know that you can go all the way.
Give it to him.
Yeah, give him a taste. Give him a taste of Kiwi. Kiwi. Show him you're the best.
Oh, you're the best.
Give him a taste of Kiwi. You're better than the rest. Give him a taste.
Kia ora, no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to the first podcast episode of the year for the Kiwi NRL podcast. Limited crewing today. We got myself and Sammy. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you? How was your New Year's, man?
Oh, bloody good.
I'll ask you first.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, good break.
Yep.
Epic Christmas. Went down to Lake Waikiri Moana for 3 nights. No reception. None of that stuff. So it was beauty.
I noticed it was only me and old bloody Tongi on the group chat.
Yeah, everyone else disappeared.
Just talking about NBA for us the whole time, and I was like, "Fuck, where is everyone?"
Managed to clock Secret Santa. I got the
Did ya?
got the Warriors. Well, I got the Warriors coffee mug and Warriors socks combo.
Is it the one that you picked?
Yeah,
And
I
then,
bought it and then picked it back.
yeah, the classic.
No one wanted it. Sucks to be them.
Yeah, oh well.
And the other one I done for the other Secret Santa was the Warriors beer cooler thingy,
Yeah.
and I've been using the shit out of that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So that's been great. And then just had a little shindig at our place for New Year's bonfire.
Yeah, that honestly, I was watching your stories and stuff like that. You look like you had a fucking pretty good time, man.
Yeah, man, it's always a good night. Put a few holes in our shelter thing.
Yeah.
Bonfire got a bit loose.
Ooh,
Mainly
how good.
It was a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Because all the needles in it
Oh,
went
yeah,
flying.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
mate. Bit of drama. What about yourself? What did you
Just
get up to, mate?
shrapnel. I actually did a bit of mahi, pretty much the whole way through, and just did the old day trip, went up the mount, Wairere Falls, did, just a, pretty
mountain
pretty.
goat.
Yeah, man, I was
Bloody mountain goat.
yeah, but, no, other than that, no, it's been pretty cool, take the weather into account and do as much as you can, really.
Yeah, mate. Jeez, I tell you what, it's about to pack it in.
Oh, shit. Cyclone bloody old,
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think it's called Cyclone Hazel or something, isn't it?
Oh, something like that.
Might
be.
be.
We like a hazy.
Talking about things packing it in, if your rig's packing it in after a big break, cue the shout out to the sponsors, FitZone. If you want to get your rig back into shape, new year, new you, all that sort of jazz, you can go get in there, get amongst it, say Kiwi NRL podcast sent you, and just see what happens. I don't know, you might get something free, you might not. You just might get a strange look. But get in there.
Yeah, probably strange look, probably more so than anything.
Probably. I could put it out there. You know, you might get a lollipop. But if you want to reset the rig for the upcoming year, get in there. We're in Matamata, Tiaroha, Paeroa and Waihi. All right. So, tonight on the show, we've got a nice wee beverage produced by Max.
Named the Magic Hour.
Magic Hour Hazy Pale Ale. Supplied by Jace. Supplied by Jace doesn't supply beers. What am I thinking?
What are you doing?
Supplied from Sammy here. So I'm going to give these a taste.
Yeah.
I already had a taste, but I'll make it out as my first taste.
Yeah, to the Sunday 2023.
They're succulent.
To be fair, I'm a slut for anything hazy, so.
Yes, I love a few haze parums. They go down very well.
Yes, so.
What's our spiel here? Max, Magic Hour. Photographers love the hour around sunset.
Fair.
Photographers. I did go to school. And it's pretty good time for a hazy pale ale. Do yourself a favour. Nice.
Love it.
Crack a can of Magic Hour and say cheese or cheers. Hey, I tell you what, I'll be saying cheers more than cheese.
I'll be saying the cheese a lot this season, I think. Go the hectic cheese.
Oh, yeah. Go the cheese. Okay, they got a little meter on there between quench and savour.
It's probably about 60%.
Yeah, it's like leaning towards savour.
Yeah. To be fair, it's quite quenchy too.
Hey, I rate this.
Yes, so do I.
Like we said, we don't mind a hazy, so we might be a little bit impartial. Bit biased.
We are very
not
biased.
Impartial. The opposite, biased, yes.
It's like me supporting the Roosters and stuff, so.
Yeah. No, it goes very well. Where can you find it?
Fuck anywhere, probably.
At your liquor store, mate.
Yeah.
And if they don't have it, you're probably not at the liquor store. It's another quality plug for someone who didn't ask for it.
Just do
great
it.
stuff for Max. Magic Hour, get it in you. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked with it, actually.
It is very good.
Yeah.
I guess this isn't really now the next segment, but I'm going to use that piece of music. In a similar vein to Here or Nah-ish.
It is really, isn't it?
Yeah, so... Just got to get my phone out and just dig up these questions. So we put it out there on a post on a story on Instagram. Just a few questions from the followers. What do the people want to know? And
I'm interested. What do the people want to know?
well, that's it. You've got a few questions, so we'll go through it. Sam, it doesn't know what the questions are.
Going in blind, my favourite.
All right, so we'll start it this way at this end. That Kiwi punters, Caney. Cheers, mate. He's
Cheers, brother.
put through a question. If you could bring back one former player to the Wars, who are you picking and why?
I'll let you go first because I need to think about this one because I've got a few players in my mind right now and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to...
When I first seen this, I was like, oh, that's very hard. But from a fire from the gut, I would say a Simon Mannering in his prime.
Yeah.
For what I'm just looking at what the team needs now more than anything. A prime Simon Mannering
Shit, yeah.
would be handy.
Just a grafter. Just to
Yeah.
stick your head down and fucking do
I mean,
the mahi.
there's a plethora of other people you could choose, but
Yeah.
if I'm, club legend, and he's just made of granite,
Yeah. I definitely got one now, actually, now I think about that and that sort of thing.
Who you got?
So, Ali Lauatiti.
Oh, how good.
I remember it might have been the 2002-2001 season. He was just a freak of the NRL, and he he was just everything he did.
Crazy.
It was just the Warriors and Ali Lauatiti.
I know.
You know,
Whereas I'd do like some Ali Lauatiti style shit, but
Yeah.
then he'd just be on this next level. I just think he never got tackled with the ball either. It'd always be coming loose. It's like some cheat code.
and he always had this massive smile on his face
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Just that cheeky little shit. Yeah, I remember just he's a classic run off the back fence sort of joker too, eh?
Yeah, and he was a big unit. He had real good skills, good footwork.
I reckon he left to New Zealand way too
Way
early.
too early, but
way
he
too early, but
he set your family up. He took some cash.
and he had quite a long
career, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, because obviously they fall out of sight down here because we
because
don't watch the Super League
didn't
as much
he went into like French League 2 or something.
as well.
Just loved it. Obviously loved the baguettes and the.
But man, he was a handful. Was he involved in that? There's a try where they're in the grey outfits. You got him. I think Guttenbeil was in there.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Jerome Luai. Not Jerome Luai. Tommy Luluai's kind of one of his first games.
Oh yeah.
And then, he offloads, and then the next person does, and then someone just throws it over their head that way.
Yeah.
I think that was Sione Famuina done the and someone caught it under the post. But yeah, that was the style that he was known for. Man, he was like that. Well, they were calling him the Michael Jordan of rugby league.
Yeah, well, so like it was sort of when John Alamu was sort of phasing out, and they were sort of it's just like
next big.
it was that next big sort of sportsman.
And he could have played NRL for quite a few years.
He could have, man.
I kind of get a bit gutted when people do that, but they've got to.
Yeah.
It's a business at the end of the day.
I reckon if he went to Aussie, he would have stayed in Aussie for a very long time.
Yeah, I reckon too.
It's unfortunate, but shit.
I mean, I would say Stacey Jones, but they tried that, didn't really work.
No.
They called the. Oh, I was so gutted. Like I was kind of gutted for him because he was never going to say no to coming back.
No, I know.
And they got him back out there, and I mean, he still had some mad try assists and a couple of tries, but
He was a barrel then, wasn't he? So.
yeah, but a prime Stacey shit, they wouldn't go amiss.
Nah, shit, no. Shit, yeah.
But if I'm to pick one right now, I'd still stick with Captain Simon.
Just
Mannering.
because, especially with the Warriors right now, they don't have that enforcer at the
I
moment.
think it depends how Barnett goes.
Yeah.
He could be that, but I mean, there'd be a really good add into our pack having
For sure.
Manners back.
Yeah. Just
All
need
right.
a tough white boy at the front, eh?
Mate, you need some. You do. You need Simon Mannerings in your team.
Absolutely.
Right. 23 James. Yeah, I think it's James. 23 James. Pick for top try scorer this year.
Ooh, this is a good one, actually. It's hard to go past, obviously, Alex Johnson, but jeez, I'm just trying to think. I reckon the Fox might go close this year.
The Fox,
They're
they're set to turn it on. Who's Edge's kick out on? Will it be his one? Oh, it's hard
Yeah,
to
that will
tell.
be Fox's.
But it probably would
yeah,
be.
it is because Burton's on that side.
It'd be Burton,
Burton,
Kickout.
Kickout, and then the Fox.
Who's their centre? Is it that Carrez kid?
Will he?
Was he?
They still haven't got a fullback yet, though, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody old
They got someone in their science. Yeah.
Yeah.
The name escapes me,
Yeah.
but is that? I think
Was it Everillo? No,
Everillo was, but I think they've signed some other joker as well, just in case.
because they don't have a fullback
nah, not
per se. So
I'm going to go with. I think the Sharks haven't had too many losses. They haven't really signed. They've predominantly got the same team.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Ronaldo. There's a
Mulatalo.
chance. And this is like a roughie. Like this is way left field, but I wouldn't mind. I'll put a cheeky $5 on Dell.
Yeah. So
I mean, the likelihood of that happening is slim.
should we do a Kiwi one as well?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll go.
So-
just the money.
That could be good. Interesting one would be where they played Suoli'i this year. So like if he's on a wing, he's probably going to be a target for them.
Yeah.
I guess Tupou as well is, but they might run a lot more play out his way because they want him to get the ball.
I see the Roosters fucking scoring some tries this year, man.
When I looked at that, when I went through their team the other day, I'll be very surprised if they're not top 2 or top 3
Man,
with the squad they've managed to get together.
just getting hectic cheese as well. Just get that bully ball carrier which we missed.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
sorry, I'm getting excited now. So
Yeah, I'll stick with Ronaldo.
okay,
And then roughy bet of Dell.
okay.
Sweet. Okay, next question was Big Manos.
Big Mano.
How are you, mate? Hope you're good. Warriors to make the finals again before I pass away. Lol. Well, here's the thing, Big Mano. One, not sure of your age.
Yeah.
And two, you might be carrying an illness.
Yeah.
But
So there's a lot of things to factor in here, but
make the finals. So that's just the 8, right? I reckon if you don't pass away in the next 4 years, it's a possibility. I think I'm not expecting it this year or next year, but I'd like to think by 25. So if
Yeah.
you stay alive to 25, I think you'll see them at least get the 8. And if they don't, I just wouldn't know what to do with myself at
yeah.
that point.
To be fair, I'll say as long as you don't die this year, you'll be fine. I think they'll come close.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and even if they didn't go next year, go close next year, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah, I just think they now that they're at home again, I think the fortress is back and they get wins at home.
That's right. I think
So-
that will start to come together.
Yeah. I reckon it will count for 4 or 5 more wins for them,
Yeah.
which is enough for them to get there.
That's right. And if I've seen somewhere that the Isaac Lewis thing might not be happening
Oh, true.
because the Titans would have had to pay out some of his deal on that.
Because legit, if that actually happened, that forward pack is
all of a sudden you go,
you go, oh shit.
So I'm a bit gutted if he doesn't come. Anyway, that wasn't the question, but yeah, just don't die. If you die this year, you'll be out of luck, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not our year
Yeah.
to win. It's our year to develop, to get our development systems working again. All right, next question is
Shit, this is good, man. I fucking
It is
like
good,
it. Yeah.
from Aisha Brookie.
Good, Aisha.
The sis. Who has the best prediction rates for last year?
Oh, fuck me.
I'm a bit gutted, but no, we'll just say Kane. That Kiwi punter. Follow him. If it wasn't him, it'd probably have to be Jace, I think, because he had that 7-week run there.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely I'm a bottom
The other
feeder.
end? Yeah.
I'm a bottom feeder.
I think I had a run of 5, but Jace had a run of 7 in a row. So
That one time I was at the pub though, I had 4 in a row, but
wasn't on the potty, so I can't give it to you.
nah. But I'll take it because that just doesn't happen.
You done well, mate. That was good.
Yeah.
Should have put that all on the
Oh,
Panthers.
that was a hard day for me. Okay.
Where are we? There was one off Facebook. I've lost it, so I'll need to go back and have a look. From Stephen Walsh, it says, will Kane Bristow have a better fantasy year? Well, Stephen, first off, don't know who Kane is, but I can tell you right now, It's a solid no from me. You just want to have a look.
Yeah,
okay,
let's have a
we'll
look.
just put it in Google and see what comes up.
Yeah. You've put us on the spot there, brother.
Is that how we spelled it? Oh, a bit of Kane Brown comes up. With the E on the end.
With the E.
I missed the E. No eckies. Oh, if this is the right guy, Kano, bro, we'll go off that.
He's a private.
Well, he's got a mullet, so that probably gives him an extra edge. So I'm going to say...
I'm going to come back to you with that one, bro. I think we might have to do a bit of
research.
Yeah.
But straight off the bat, the guy I just seen had quite a hearty mullet, so...
I feel as though he stores a lot of knowledge in that mullet, so...
Yeah, and that helps with all your fantasy points. The mullet.
does,
It's
it
proven.
does.
It's scientifically proven to help. So I think off the bat, I'm just going to say...
But because he doesn't have the mustache combo, I'm still a little bit dubious about him now.
That's right, true. The mustache would have really tied it in and just been like, oh, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
He's having a magnificent fantasy year.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Anyway, he might have an okay one because he's got the mullet but no mustache.
Like I said, we'll get back to you that one. We'll tag you in the next post.
But great questions, guys. That's some real groundbreaking stuff. All right. To the next segment, and we're just going to use this one.
Now watch me do my dance. I'm the player of the day. Day. Player of the day. Day.
Oh, it always cuts me off when I'm still dancing. All right. This segment we're going to run is just closed on me. Pushed exit by accident. Is a bit of a Kiwi kind of power rating. So we're going to go through the NRL teams and just see, A, how many Kiwis they got playing and what caliber Kiwis they have. Give them a mark out of 10
Yeah.
for the strength.
Solid 10s and
for their
stuff.
mana. To see how much mana they got.
See if it's on here, actually.
All right. A few ads. We straight into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
All right,
sweet, bro.
sweet. So,
I'm just
Brisbane Broncos. They're top 30. So you got... Who we got from the New Zealand? We got Jesse Arthurs. Really rate Jesse. I reckon he might have a good year this year.
Yeah, the fact is he's actually in a team that he can actually play a bit of footy.
Okay.
Well, he never got a chance to,
Nah,
really.
no,
You know what I mean?
no. And I was always gutted they were giving him a chance. But maybe it's because they knew he wasn't sticking around.
Yeah, which is fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. Who else we got? I think Dillawas Hoita. I think he's eligible as well. He's a good player. I think he came on the wing a couple of times for them.
Yeah.
Dean Mariner, I believe he's eligible as well. Not sure whether he's swinging that way or not. Who else we got? Jordan Pereira, I think he's also eligible, but I'm also not sure which way he swings.
Yeah.
Brendan Pierre-Cotta, good young fellow, I believe. I did read something about him the other day. Adam Reynolds, top Kiwi talent now. Jordan Ariki.
Rigadoom.
You see him doing that session with the kids down in Christchurch. That was cool.
That was real cool, man. Good on you, man.
TC Robati, I believe he can play for New Zealand too if he wanted to.
Did he come from the Warriors, Robati?
Yeah, I believe so.
He did, Yeah.
Yeah. Reece Walsh is actually eligible, but he doesn't swing that way. And that's it.
He just swings at bloody guys that are fucking a lot bigger than him.
Yeah. So there's a few. There's a few there. What would you give them out of 10 though? For what?
I think just because there's only one guy that's of notable talent, it's a 3 for me. I think it's a weak 3.
I'd put a 3. I'd have to go 3 just because there's the fact that they don't have many Kiwis in key positions.
Yeah.
Right.
But they have a lot of young talent, which I'm actually quite excited to see.
Yeah,
those
right.
young fellas. So.
Development players gone down the bottom. They're not Kiwis. There's one guy called
Smoothie.
Tyson Smoothie.
We'll follow him. I tell you that much.
Well, just with that name alone.
Yeah. Probably an ugly motherfucker, ain't he?
If you're here listening, Tyson, sorry, mate.
You're beautiful on the inside, okay?
Canberra. They spelt this a bit weird.
They
Canberra.
did.
Raiders. Who we got here? Corey Harawira-Naidoo. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play this year. I think he's established himself a bit more there in the team. So
I think him off the bench has been sort of his game changer because
pants in the pants.
Yeah,
he's great.
Hope he keeps the cornrows too.
I reckon he goes better with those. Who else we got?
Speed dealers, mate.
Oh, I missed Seb Chris before, but yes,
Yeah,
he's a Kiwi, obviously.
Yeah.
Seb Chris, I'm looking. He'll have another solid year, I reckon.
and I think he's an opportunity to solidify himself as a centre
Yeah.
for the Kiwis as well. So
That's right. Ata Mariota, I believe he's available. Top of the dome, I'm pretty sure he's a forward. I've read something about him too. Who else we got? Jordan Rapana, bit of a veteran now.
bloody good veteran though.
Yeah, he's handy to have in your team.
He is, man.
Joseph Tarpene, he goes right.
Yeah, he's alright. He's pretty.
Matthew Timoko, unfortunate to miss out on the Kiwi World Cup
Yeah,
team. He had an awesome
definitely.
year as well. That's it.
Yeah,
Now, because they got the big taps, okay, that's
Yeah.
going to give them a few points.
and Rapana,
You know,
a few more
taps
points.
and wraps.
Sebastian Chris.
And Harawira Naida as well,
Yeah.
and Timoko. So, they actually got a good little
Yeah,
mix. Eh?
I think so. And actually notable players too.
You're saying a 6 or a 7 maybe?
No, I'm between 6 and a 7 for sure. Probably leaning towards probably a 7. That's I think it's just because of the caliber that they actually
Yeah.
do have of those Kiwi players.
Yep, I'd agree. We'll go 7.
Yep.
So the Canberra Raiders, they get 7, all right. Canterbury Bulldogs, you've got
Fuggle.
Fuggle, you got Raymond Vitala Mariner. I think obviously had injuries the last few years, so it'd be good to get him. See if he gets a whole season, he's one of their better players.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then Hayes Perham, shout out Hazy.
Joe Hazy. Transferred from the Parramatta Eels. Obviously, he was unlucky because he's got other wingers in front of him, and I think
Yeah.
I think he's going to have the same situation here too.
He might it kind of looks
Yeah.
like he's moved into the same situation.
Yeah, he has, but I think he's just that right wing for the Bullies isn't actually.
That locked.
Yeah.
And I think he might be a little bit because he can play everywhere in the back line too.
Yeah.
That might be like a downfall. Like sometimes that's not
Yeah.
positive for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Great for teams. And it's
Because
sweet. We'll
yeah,
get you and not have you on our main team. But when something happens, it means you can jump in.
exactly.
So, but I'd like him to get a decent crack because he's a good player. And that's it.
One for me.
That is a solid. You'd almost go.
What was Hayes Peterham? He was Rotorua Boys High, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Signed to the Wars and then moved
Yeah.
over.
That's right.
Geez, you give that a 1.
Mm.
Geez, you almost get away with not giving it 1.
So that's just yeah.
That's almost a minimum.
We
Because
did
I got
that-
one player, I guess.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it was hard. I think one has to be the.
usually they do have a few more Kiwis in that, so it's
Yeah.
interesting.
It is interesting.
Cronulla Sharks, all right. Who we got here?
Up Cronulla.
Braden Hamlin Uele. Obviously also eligible for somewhat, so
Yeah.
it just depends where he swings there, but he's played for New Zealand before, so we'll count him. Mawene Hiroti, another young fella, I believe he's pretty good. You'd have to be to make it NRL team.
Oh, exactly. You did.
Royce Hunt is eligible, whether he would,
I don't think he would though.
I'm not sure. I don't think he has mentioned in an interview before that he would like to, but somehow I've got a bit of momentum now, so he
Yeah,
might
exactly.
turn that down.
Exactly.
Who else we got there? Ronaldo Molitalo. He's going to have another epic year. I just think every year
Queenslander.
he keeps getting better. That's the first thing Cheese said to him in Keys
Yeah, I
campaign
know,
when
eh?
he walked in. He yelled out, Queenslander. Brenton Nikora had an epic year.
Yeah, man.
Great
Shit.
games for the Kiwis
Yep.
too. Seosefa Talakai. Now, I think he actually played Junior Kiwis too, I heard on a podcast the other day. But I don't think he would because he's played for State of O now.
Yep.
Um,
Like Tongan, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's it.
But the thing is now, he might go. He might now that obviously the eligibility. I got it first time.
You got it.
Yes. As it's probably going to change for the worst. But so therefore he might play for Tonga now. So
I mean, he should be, I guess others have done it, so he
yeah,
should be able.
yeah, exactly.
Development players, Josh Fino, Kyle Iro, Niwai Puru. Oh, yeah, that's a young fella from New Zealand. Good to see a couple in
But
there.
Kyle It'll isn't.
He's eligible, but he said
He's
he
Cook
wouldn't.
Islander, isn't he?
He'd only ever play for the Cook Islands, but good on him.
Good on him. Yeah, fuck you.
What would you give that? A couple of good players, but it's probably sitting around because you got Ronaldo and
Yeah.
Nikora basically
Yeah, obviously you've got a few in there that
on the fringy.
I think it's a 4 for me.
Yeah, I'd sit around a 4.
A 4.
Couple of good players. couple of coming through. So.
Could elevate to a 5 depending on how those young fellas go, but
True, if they get more starting
Yeah.
spots. We'll roll into the Dolphins.
the Finns.
Up the Fins. Fins up. Oh, no, up the Fins. It's Fins up.
That's fucking Tasman Michael, mate. She's fucking dab.
Yeah, I'm only like 4 years late.
Yeah.
All right, they've got Ewan Aitken. Oh, no, he's not Kiwi. Hang on. Jesse Bromwich, Kenny Bromwich. Boom, boom. They'll be key cogs to their forward pack.
Yep.
Herman Esse. Another big fella, Kiwi eligible. Whether or not he played for New Zealand, I'm not sure. Puasa Masili, I think he's eligible, but once again, you don't know whether they'll swing. Jermaine Isako, I'm hoping he's a really good player. I just think he's just hasn't really worked out for him.
I reckon he just got too cocky. And
I think I just don't know. Fullback's just not like he's a really good winger.
yeah, he's a winger and that's it,
And I think a lot of his time was spent trying to become a fullback.
Yeah.
When if he just spent that time nailing the winger position,
Yeah.
then. But hey, he's got speed.
He's got speed, got the wicket.
Mean feet, wackadoom.
Yeah,
Still
absolutely.
remember him standing up old when he played fullback for the Broncos. Cooper Cronk.
Cooper Cronk, yeah.
Fully cut him out.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Jerry Marshall King, Cody Nikorima, and Valance Tifari. And I don't know any of the guys on the development
No.
list. So, a few Kiwis in there. What would you
Yeah.
give that? That might be more of like a...
Yeah, I reckon it's a 6.
Six,
I reckon
yeah.
it's a 6. It's definitely a solid 6, at least, just because
We got Jesse and Kenny, Kiwi
you got the
players,
Brummies.
like they're playing.
you've actually got quite a lot of ex-Kiwis in this squad.
Jermaine Isako.
Yeah, a lot of
Um,
Kiwis, ex-Kiwis, man. So
yeah. Jeremy
know.
Marshall King's on the way up.
yeah.
Cody
Good.
Nikorima, one of the best 14s in the game, if he would actually accept it and play that position.
Yes, I know.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like,
It is, it's like
you
that.
want to play all the time, but I mean, 14's become like a very important position.
Well, exactly. You think about Ben Hunt.
Oh.
He is, if not the best.
The best 7 playing 14
Yeah.
in the world.
Oh,
But even the likes of Stoke for the Warriors with that Dylan Walker as well.
yeah.
He's a bloody good 14.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And it was the same situation with old buddy. No, I've just gone completely fucking.
I mean, BG Marshall played
Yeah.
14 for the Rabbitohs when they got all the way to the grand finale.
Yeah.
It's an important position.
I think it's quite a vet position, eh? Because you bring them on at a certain time,
These days it is, yeah.
and then it just it shores up any defence. It fucking
And if a team's a bit rattled, it can calm
Yeah.
everyone down. Shore the ship. Were you going to say Kieran Foran?
Yep, the Foz.
Fozzinator. Who else? And then Valance Tafari, really looking forward to see him
Yep.
having a crack.
Yep.
The top tier. He's been pissing on players in the
Yeah, reserve grade.
reserve grade, but that doesn't always transfer, so it'll be interesting to see.
The hype is real though, for sure. For
I mean,
sure.
Look how he's a solid man.
And he fucking can fly.
Yeah, for how he's built. It's unbelievable
Yeah.
how fast he is. But anyway, we'll talk about him later probably.
Yeah.
Gold Coast Titans.
Mm,
Who we got here?
no one.
Close. Aaron Clark. I've seen that. That was
Yep.
on the list.
Yep.
Really interested to see how he goes. A bit gutted he got injured
just-
towards the end of the season. If we're talking about 14s as
Yeah,
well,
14s as well.
I think we found that's his position.
Yep.
Can play hooker, but
I just think, what we just said before, 14 is now its own position, specialty position. Well, there's no point.
100%.
I think it's the great thing about new style rugby league is that it has incorporated that 14 position to benefit every single team.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not just a spare player.
you're not going into the top 4 if you haven't got a specialised 14. I
Absolutely,
reckon.
man.
It's just so important these days. Kieran Foran. I mean, that's a great signing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were missing last year.
Petty the Herbert.
Petty Herbert. I mean, he's got some potential, man.
So going back on Petty Herbert, actually a team came out because he's used to play first 15.
That's
rugby.
right. Yeah.
I can't remember who he played for. Oh, shit. I can't remember who he played for, and it showed the team of who's actually in the team, and there's like four current All Blacks,
Yep.
Blues players, and then I saw, Petty Herbert, he was actually a fullback for the team.
It's a solid boy. I
North
think
Harbour Rugby.
he's actually a really good player.
Yeah, I think so too.
I was gutted when the Warriors let him go because
Jace loves Petty Herbie.
I just liked the way he played because who were they using? They kept on picking.
Yeah.
Oh, his name escapes me. The short, stocky centre. Never passed the ball to Manu. Ended Manu's career.
Oh,
Sione,
fuck! I'm just gone.
it's gone a complete... Kata. Oh, Solomon Kata.
Solomon Kata.
Yeah, so they... Because old... what's his name? No. The coach.
New year, new me.
Steve Kearney.
Steve Kearney.
Had a hard on for him for some reason.
Yeah.
He could do no wrong, but they finally chopped him. They put Paddy in, and man, it was an Anzac game. He had a fucking crack. Missed the odd player, but man, he smoked Will Chambers that whole night.
Tonight is brought to you by what's his name?
What's his name? It's a great player. That what's his name? He's in a lot of teams.
Fuck, he's everywhere.
Obviously, there was that little when they could have made the 8, and he kind of he bobbled that try.
Yeah. Oh.
But that happens, man. Okay, I'm not going to judge him on that. I think he's a great player.
He did it for the Titans as well 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Should have passed it to that fucking.
That's right. Yeah.
That
So,
vet. What's his name?
Corey Thompson.
Corey Thompson. Yeah.
I loved Corey Thompson. He's such a good player.
Little motherfucker.
But yeah, that was wide open.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't he dummy it?
He dummied him. That's
Dummied
right.
and then didn't quite get there. Oh, bruh.
I had to laugh. I was like, oh, you
I
should
mean-
have seen Thompson just.
I think he's joked about it too now.
Yeah.
But I think he's a solid player, man. He just, people say all the time, but imagine if he went down to Melbourne or something like that. Like,
But the thing is, if you go into any system like that, you're going to thrive and succeed
Yeah.
because.
but a lot of these players who are like, you can tell they're good, but they're a bit wobbly up and down kind of thing.
And
They usually straighten that out. If
Yeah,
they go
and
to
it's
something
it's
the
like you
Storm.
see players like that, and they see those easy contracts because they know they're going to start.
Yeah,
And I
and you're
think
better off not starting.
Yeah, because if you can follow behind someone yes, if you're a superstar, that goes out without saying.
But if you're not,
But you go to the Rabbitohs, Roosters, Storm,
Storm.
any sort of
'Cause then you
Penrith now,
well, if you're there as the backup centre for the Storm, Remy Smith was out for
Yeah, exactly.
half the year and then you're in there. Or you can be the starting centre for the Titans who just, I don't even know what the hell's happening there.
Yeah.
Anyway, what would you give them? So we've got Isaac Liu still named there, so we're going to cross him out. I'm going to put him in the Warriors just because I want to.
Yeah. That's a 2 for me.
Yeah, I got PT Paulie Turner.
Yeah,
Is
but
that the Warriors?
the only one thing there is Kieran Foran for me.
Fozza and Aaron Clark we've got.
So and Paddy Herbeck as
And
well.
Paddy Herbark.
But
If you're looking at it in
yeah.
tiers, you've got Fozza, probably top tier Kiwi player, and the other two sliding underneath that next tier, I'd say.
No superstars though.
Yeah.
That's where so it's a 2.
What'd you say? 2?
2 for me.
Yeah, I might lean towards a 3. But yeah, she's low. 2 or 3.
Yeah.
All right. Manly Rainbow Jersey Seagulls. Got Josh Aluai, who is eligible and has said he'd like to at some point play for New Zealand, but once again, I think the momentum of Samoa would probably make him stay there.
Yep.
Morgan Harper, the pool cleaner. I think similar, like they play differently, but him and Paddy are probably in that same tier of like can do good things and then
but then
not have great moments
as
as well.
when that Qatar played against that Qatar that
Yeah.
week, and geez, he made him look like an under 5 player, But
I think Fikatoa was just horny that week, and I think he would have done that to anyone.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
I think he has a crack, Morgan. I like him in the fact
he's got an upside for sure.
yeah.
but
Because once again, I think if you slot him in down one of those good teams,
I think you could nearly slot him into a wing position more than a centre.
he's probably built more like a winger.
Yeah, and I just but once again, I'm not a fucking NRL coach or don't have experience, but defensively, you want a centre.
Yeah.
You put it doesn't
Especially
matter.
these days.
Where at least on the wing, if you get someone man gets on the outsider, you can just throw
Push
a
'em
shoulder and push him out.
Yeah, you've got the sideline.
You don't actually need to tackle. Bro, this one's probably closer to a 0 than the Bulldogs.
Well, Gordon Chan Kum Tong.
He can
I don't
come
know, is he a Kiwi or? He might be. I think that's it.
I think it's a 1.
Wow, that's
even,
a 1. There has to be a 1. It's Morgan Harper, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it, because they used to have Foz,
Yeah.
but
even with the Foz, it'd still be close to a 1.
Nuck the Mana. Sorry, Manly.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm moving right past them. We've got someone called Tui Tavaki in there. Anyway, Melbourne Storm. So you got Big Nelson, Asofa Solomona. What else we got? We got Jerome Hughes. Boom. Dean Edemaya. Now, I believe he is eligible,
Dean Edemaya.
but whether or not he is, would swing that way, I'm not sure.
It'd be Samoan as well, wouldn't he? So
Yeah. It will be interesting to see Alicia Katoa go around, even though he's
Yeah,
not Kiwi, but
yeah.
I'm really keen
Yeah.
to see him play.
Te
Tipai Maidor is eligible.
Yep.
Who else we got? Kamurana Munster. Oh, no. Jaden Nikorima. Oh no, he chose Australia. Actually.
Yeah, he was in Australia. Yeah,
Wham.
got a break.
Nuck test.
What's Aaron Penny? Is he?
No, he's not. He's not eligible for New Zealand. He's Samoan Australian.
True.
Yeah.
Huh. William Warbrick, he's a Kiwi.
Yes, he is. I really want him to have a crack.
He'll have a crack now for sure. I reckon.
So you got and Remus Smith.
Yep.
So that's a lot. So Remus, he would have been he would have been centre in front of Chansey if he wasn't injured.
Absolutely.
Who else do we say? Jaden. Oh no, he didn't pick Tipai Moroa. Top level, then you got Jerome Hughes.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have the cheese too, which would have put them up. And Nelson.
Elite.
Nelson. So they might hit they got Nelson, Jerome Hughes, and Remus Smith, really.
Yeah. And then William Warbrick,
and Warbrick on the edge,
he'd be a winger. He'd be a great because he's tall and he's rangy and he's
bit of a Matt Duffy type.
He is, but he's probably got.
Oh, Matt Duffy. Sorry,
Matt Duffy, not Duffy.
Duffy's little.
Shit, Matt Duffy was mean when he played for the Melbourne Storm. He came play for North Harbour. He was like, eh. He played for the Blues. He was like, eh. Still a good footy player.
He was a solid, eh? Then he went to Japan. I think he's
Yeah.
back at the Storm now and they're working at the Storm.
Yeah, because he was good for the Storm.
Oh, so good because he's just so tall.
Yeah,
Kicked him, eh?
yeah, just
I actually rated how he played. One test for New Zealand, I think.
yeah.
Kiwis, one test.
maybe.
Might not have been. I don't know if he played that well on that test, but hey, a test is a test.
No, mate, it's a cap on the bloody keep on the head.
Anyway, so what are you giving them, mate? Jerome and Nelson probably get them to 5 alone.
Yeah, so I think it's a 7. I think.
And then you've got of course and then you got Remus Smith.
Yeah, so it's just one each for Remus Smith and William Warbrick, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Yeah, I'll be happy with the 7.
Like if just because of superstar status, Jerome Hughes, he's probably a 4 on his own.
Yeah, I reckon.
And then Nelson 2. So maybe it's a 7 actually for me. Now I think about it, just because of those two players alone.
Yeah, I mean Jerome.
It's a 6 and a 7 for sure.
If you're looking at tiers, they're both in that top tier of their position. Yeah. No, 7. 7.
Yep.
Now, you'd think with the name.
Yeah.
New Zealand Warriors, you'd have a few Kiwis.
Aotearoa Warriors.
All right. Bunty is eligible.
Is he?
Yep. Has played for Samoa, but he's eligible. I think he'd play for New Zealand if asked.
I don't think there's a spot for him, though. Not that
very hard forward pack to get into.
Yeah.
Tom Ali, he's also available.
Rocco Berry is.
Rocco Berry, really interested. It's a bit hard because him and Cozzy and Viliami, of Vilea as well. They didn't really have that prop. They're kind of chucked into that Dolphins team.
Yeah. So
they didn't really get a real.
Good thing about it, they are fucking young players.
So young.
And that Rocco Berry has a very, very good upside because he's only still very, very young.
Oh, he's new to. He was new to the game too a couple of years ago. So it's just time, mate.
His dad was a good footy player back in the day. So
it's just time, I think, in the game. So I think having a proper Warriors New South Wales Cup team for these younger fellas would be great.
And plus, their bodies are going to get mature when they get older.
Yeah,
they start filling out. And Rocco Berry was lucky enough to be thrown into the deep end early.
Yeah, because
get a feel of it.
I mean, a lot of people hated on him because of his defensive reads, but centre is so hard. Like to be someone who's,
and that's just pure inexperience.
It's probably the one position where you actually have, like in league, that you have to have played a lot of league. To understand the nuance of defending at centre. And I think to chuck that kid in there was pretty. Like he's actually, if he's 1-on-1 with someone and they run in the vicinity of running straight, he's a really good defender.
Yeah.
It's when someone's running shape, like say the Rabbitohs run the nice edge against him.
Yeah.
Like anyone, like you get found out. So I think just more time playing for Rocco, and I'd love to see him just
body on body. He'll make tackles, but it's just his reads that are.
That's right. That's it. That's but then also, everyone else around him contributes to that. So quite often centres get a bad rap for that.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Then, what's happening inside. Who else we got? Fanua Blake. but I can't see him playing for us again.
Nope.
Tohu Harris, the great man. I'm really hoping he just plays 13 and not 10 this year.
There should be a petition.
Yeah, well, we'll start one if they start If they start playing it at prop, we'll start a petition.
But when have the Warriors ever listened to fucking logic?
I don't know. We'll get some signatures, but
Yeah.
Shawnee Johnson now. Interesting. I really always at the start of each season. I'm really wanting Shawnee to have a good year. Maybe partner with Timothy Martin might help a bit.
Because it'll take a little bit of load off where Tamati Martin will just play a natural Tamati Martin game where he can now because he's now got that confidence back and maybe take a bit of pressure off Shawnee, which will give
hopefully
him
release him a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Because you tell me a better player at their position that can just conjure up something out of just thin air.
Oh, no one.
Yeah.
If he's on, there was still glimpses of it last year.
Oh. He's got the ultimate highlight reel.
Oh, mate. It's just about, I think because he is the guy in some of those key moments where I think having Tamati there, who's actually experienced, played with Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah, exactly.
I think then you can go to him as well. And then that pressure isn't on.
So that's what's exciting for the Warriors this year is they're actually going to have a 6 and 7 combo plus guys that are going to push for that position.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And that's what Sean Johnson needs.
Yeah.
No one's taking Tamati's position.
Not unless he
gets injured or just has an absolute fucking mare of a.
But I just don't. He's too much of a natural footballer.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Just all play well. Yeah. All right. Who else we got? Utu Kinieka Kepu. Pass. Valingi Kepu. Must be brothers. Edward Cozy. Pretty much. He's also eligible. Probably won't play for New Zealand now.
No.
I think he'd go for Tonga.
Timothy.
Hey, he on Ed Cozy though. I think he started to improve. So I think if he can get another year under his belt.
Oh yeah, that sort of last 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, he really started.
Shit, he
had that meltdown against Melbourne.
Oh jeez.
A real Manu Vatavai against Parramatta. That sort of style game.
Yeah, it was.
But
felt sorry for the
once again, it's the same with Rocco. It was kind of he was chucked in there, and it's just you're playing the Storm. The whole team is getting pumped.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he was just, when the middles aren't doing anything, you're the last man. People look at the last man, don't they?
Oh, you suck.
Yeah.
But I think he went back. He played more reserve grade, which is what these kids need.
Yes.
Because, they're still playing some high caliber footy, and you get to, get into the structures and things. So really interested to see how Cozzy goes. Hey, he could be a smoky for top try scorer. Freddie Lussick's not a Kiwi, but I reckon he's good, eh?
Yeah, he's unlucky too because we're talking about the 14 position. Dylan Walker's now in that position.
Yeah, sure.
But I think Dylan Walker might go to a 17. 15, or and they'll keep Freddie Lussick as like a backup because he's actually quite good around the fringe of the ruck to speed up that game a little bit, and he complements.
I really liked him, how he plays. Just hard when you've got also because I think you got Jazzy in the mix. Yeah. So I'm just looking at the makeup of that bench.
But Jazz will go like a.
Well, he can even play front row.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you're looking at it,
will.
it's quite small. The bench will be then quite small.
But it's once again, this is probably a first time Warriors have had a lot of backups that are actually notable backups
that are good. Yeah. Not like holy shit, we don't have anyone.
Who was this bloody Jager?
Timothy Martin. What a score! Really looking forward to seeing him play.
I think everyone in the NRL will. In the NRL was looking forward to Tamati Martin play. He played for the Warriors.
Yeah, because it's good. He's close to home. So. Yeah. Chianzi Nicole Clockstad.
Yep.
You'd be straight into the fullback for now off the bat, I believe. Looking forward to seeing him back, and he's a very passionate guy, and I think he.
He'll do wonders back home, man. I think just being back home is gonna. I think any player that's been away and
especially because he's away from his kids. His kids are in New Zealand. He was in Australia. So
I tell you what, it's gonna him playing very well in the World Cup. I think it's a stepping stone for him, and he's actually going to be a solid fullback. I think.
I mean, that's great for the Warriors that he went and still had a crack because a lot of people didn't really have them in the team.
So it's quite fortuitous for the Warriors that definitely got picked for the World Cup.
Oh, Marata.
Yeah, shit, that's a good one, eh?
I mean, where do you play him?
Yeah.
Is he starting?
I want to start him, but in saying that he's so good off the bench as that shit when he came off the bench in that semi-final.
Mate.
Fuck, he was good, eh?
Bro, so good. I mean, having that, it was gutted for the Kiwis. He was injured for so long.
Yeah.
I mean,
because it could have created a bit better, more momentum for them,
definitely. But yeah, super super aroused to see how he's going to go. Taniela Otukulu, he's that little hooker as well, so that's another hooker. Adam Pompey.
Yeah, give or take.
He's probably in that Paddy Herbie
It is exactly
echelon.
Exactly what I was about to say is the Paddy Herbie.
He has some great moments and he has some not so great moments. So I mean, I think he's got it in him. Like, he's set up some mean tries over the years and stuff, so it's just about doing more of the good stuff more often.
I sort of, once again, this is like a Harper situation. I reckon he could thrive on the wing as well.
He's tall, man.
He's tall, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and
he's pretty fast. I've seen him run down people.
Exactly, so there's a lot of centres that actually would thrive at the wings, and there are probably a lot of wingers that would thrive in centres. You know, I think it's...
It's be worth a crack.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it definitely is.
Jazz Tivanga, I think...
Samoa.
No, I think he's pretty... he's Māori as well, and he's voiced his opinion on wanting to play for the Kiwis quite loudly. So,
and saying that when Fozzie sort of phases out, there's actually a position for him, I think.
I think if he had gone the whole season without having that injury break, he would have been in the conversation for sure.
And if he doesn't give away so many penalties.
Well, if you've seen what he's a top man, Jazz. Have you seen what he's done with his mate? He used to play under 20s with.
Oh yes, it was on that. He's
got cancer, so
it was only yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, so he's going to. For every mistake he makes this year, he's donating $100 to the GoFundMe of his mate who's fighting cancer.
Joker's going to be broke.
Yeah, but his friend might get a lot of money to try and help him.
That's cool. And then what that also does is also other people get on board with that sort of stuff as well. And so it's just a stepping stone for that sort of stuff. So good on him, man. Yeah, so I saw that. I was like, fuck, good on you, bro.
I love Jazz and the way he plays too. Yeah. So it's just about, and I think he had a better balance at the start of the year. He got that balance right.
Yeah, and now that they've actually got a few notable forwards coming back, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to do that.
We got Mitch Barnett, who's known for. And
then Neil Kore as well. That will probably.
Yeah. So you don't need to be the scary guy all the time, Jazzy. You can just relax a little bit.
Still though, because it's still funny to watch.
But see, he's got that stat. He's the only NRL player with 22 hit-ups and makes 72 tackles in one game.
That was an awesome stat. And then who was it? Who topped that stat?
Michael Luck.
Michael Luck.
Lucky. 78.
78.
In one game.
That's fucking...
I still remember that overtime. I was like, yeah, shit. Michael Luck, shit. He loved the mahi. Didn't he? Vilea, we spoke about him. Ronald Volkman, he's Aussie and Samoan.
Yeah.
Dylan Walker tried to play for the Kiwis.
Tried.
But they changed those rules this year. Bang, there's your 14.
Yep, exactly.
He'd walk straight in there, wouldn't he? Not straight in there, but...
I think so.
He'd be top of the list.
I think so. He'd be there just...
I'd have him above Aaron and Jazzy just because he can play 6.
Exactly. But the thing is, we probably don't need a 6, though. And so...
Probably not, but, if you're thinking of the dynamic of the bench, Dylan Walker could literally play in every position.
Yeah.
Like, he can play centre.
He can.
He could probably play wing. He could probably have a go at fullback.
Yeah.
You'd probably chuck him up the front because he's played middle at 13.
Exactly. So, Mr. fucking versatile.
I mean, if they change the rules this year, that's good for the Kiwis having him in there. Braden Williami is a Fijian joker.
Yeah.
Quite a bit older. And I thought that was an interesting sign.
I think
maybe that's obviously just some
fucking
backup experience.
Yeah.
Because all the other centres are
very young.
Are novices.
Yeah.
So. And Dallin Watini Zalesniak.
The best player in the team, I reckon.
So good.
He was... God, you're good, bro.
He's just had unfortunately, he got a few injuries last year, and I think...
So just,
But when he did play for the Wires, he just always gives it fucking 200%.
I think he's going to... You see on that fucking end of the season, he was just, the only Kiwi player that you saw.
Yeah.
And
kind of standing out.
And now he's gonna get a chance now that he's got, like I said, with same thing.
Got Chansey at the back.
Yeah. So you don't have to rely on doing your thing to get the team going.
No, it's not all on you. So
no, he's gonna be excited to watch.
Especially out of
sure.
trouble because Reece wasn't going to do anything.
Nah.
Whereas Chansey will fucking go hard and then he'll go hard. So I think it's a double wham. So what did you give them?
And the fact that Chansey can tackle as well.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about that. That's a 7 for me, man.
That's solid, eh?
Yeah, that's a solid 7.
Especially with the 3 signings they had.
Yeah,
they're all Kiwis from the Kiwis.
We sort of before the potty, we sort of had a bit of a laugh about all Kiwis, and now we've actually read through.
Forgot about the new signings.
And we're like, oh, fuck.
Te Maire Martin, Chansey, and Nia Kore, they're all in the top echelon of players. So.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh yeah, I don't know. It sounds like it. Maybe it is.
Mate, there's another team we're going to talk about, and it's definitely there.
Shit. And I don't know anyone in the development players list there. Right,
No.
North Queensland Cowboys. Be slim pickings too, I think.
Bit of goo. Uncle Bet.
Uncle Pet. Fuck, he was good last year.
Shit, yeah.
He's like a fine wine, Pet. He's literally getting better, eh?
Or an aged cheese.
Val Holmes. You know, with the new... Nah, he never would.
Would he play All Stars this year? Do you reckon?
Ooh, maybe. Because you got Pet. Who would the other centre be? In the past, it's been Gags was one year.
Yeah. I don't think he will play just because it's, you know. Oh, he might.
I reckon he would.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it was just like Kalen playing.
True. Well, is Kalen going to play too?
Hopefully. Oh, he had the concussion shit go down.
True.
Again, so maybe Chansey will be.
To be fair, I'm quite excited for this All Star game now.
Oh, it always gets me horny. It's a good game.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else? So who have they actually got? Who they actually got? Pet.
Technically, Jordan McLean as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Māori. He's played for the Māoris as well.
Yeah.
Griffin Neem.
Yes. I like him, man. I like him.
I was actually real gutted he didn't go over.
Yeah.
I mean, but then you got to leave someone behind.
I think he's a little bit older though, isn't he?
No, he's not that old. From West Coast. No, he's a younger fella.
Oh, he is too. Sorry, I'm thinking of someone else.
But he's a bit of a polar bear. Reminds me.
Yeah, that's
of,
right. That's yeah.
What was the polar bear? Queensland.
Yo, fucking Ben Hannett.
Ben Hannett, yes, the OG polar bear.
James Tamo, he's Māori. But
yes.
yeah, I know, but
see, this is where with this change.
Yeah.
As he would have probably played for New Zealand if he could play New South Wales in.
Yeah,
Kiwis.
I know.
Anyway, he's not though. Neither is Taolangi now. Neither is Jason Tomalolo now.
What, Tanu Brown? Is he?
So he's Indigenous and Māori.
Is he?
Yep.
Okay.
Eligible for New Zealand. Chode Townsend. Not many, if any. Like a lot of eligible and possibles and used to.
Yeah.
But you've basically just got Pet and Griffin Neem. So Pet gives you, that's about a 5. You got a good vet player.
I think so too.
And a good up and comer.
I think if you go anything lower than a 5, it's an insult. Anything higher than a 5, it's a little bit.
You're a bit high on your own juice.
Yeah, exactly. So I think 5's a good one.
I reckon 5. All right. Parramatta Eels. Dejoun Arcee. Really like that kid.
Upside as well to him.
But really, where did he fit in at the Warriors?
Yeah.
But really wanted to see him and get a crack.
Yeah.
Dill Brown, I think he's eligible.
Maybe.
What a player he can become and is, and he's not even.
He's a bit of a lad too, on Instagram, eh?
See, he went back to New Zealand hung out with his nephew and that, and his mates look like.
Did you see him with the fireworks?
Yeah. His mates look like absolute tools.
And they had after the World Cup. Did you follow them as well? They had me, but after fuck, I was like, sure.
Heaps have done the old OEs, eh?
Yeah, that was real cool.
Who else we got? Hayes Dunster. Widemu Greg. Now, he's someone I think who's on the fringe. He's a big body. If they don't get Isaac Liu, man, I really wanted the Warriors to chase this kid. He's a mess. He's a big body. I don't know if he still wears a mullet. That would have got you some extra points. He played for the Māoris a couple of times, and he was bloody good.
Yeah.
But he's on the fringe.
Yep.
I think that's it. Oh,
Bailey
Simonson.
Yep. Simonson, sorry.
Simonson, or however you say it.
Simonson.
What? Will Penis Innie.
Penis Innie.
Look. I mean, only a sicko would read it like that.
But I wonder if they call him Willie Penis Innie.
Willie Penis Innie. All right. I mean, we're not making it up. It's like literally what it says.
Fucking what it says.
Or you can say penis innie, but it reads as penis innie.
Especially,
Innie bunghole.
We are fucking terrible.
You're right.
We're terrible.
Who else was there? Sorry. So you got William Greg, Hayes Dunster, Dylan Brown, and Dejoun Arcee.
That's a 5 for me as well.
It's a 5. You got Dill Brown.
6.
And then you got a lot of fringe players around.
Because I think Bailey.
He's he would have been there or thereabouts.
Because he bulked up last year, and he was good for the Eels.
I really rate Bailey because I just like his attitude towards how he plays.
I think it's a 6 for me. For me.
I'll go up to a 6. I think if he can get some solid time
in
the team in the top 13, I think he could cracker Kiwi
See,
spot.
one player they've got now from the Warriors, Jack Murchie. I thought that was a little,
I think Murchie had moments.
Yeah, he had moments, and I was just like, he just seems to be way too relaxed for the Warriors, and I think it was good because that spot opened up for
We got Mitch Barnett.
Mitch
I
Barnett,
think, straight in there,
so I'd take that.
all the best, Jack. I actually
Yeah.
didn't mind him.
He
as a
actually
player.
scored a few tries last year.
Yeah, no, he's good. He runs a good line. All right, moving on. Penrith Panthers. Who are these guys? Have you heard of them?
Yeah, bunch of pussies.
All right, so we got Nathan Akarere. Had to.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Who we got here? Who we got? Oh, James Fisher-Harris. Best prop in the world. Who else we got? Yep, Moses Leota.
I like him too.
Yeah, these guys are interesting because
Yeah.
they don't have heaps, but they got a couple of really good Kiwi players. And then
And Scott Sorensen. I like that guy too.
Yeah. Oh, Robocop.
Yeah.
Got the Rigadoon.
I think
So
it's
Fish and then Moses, that almost gives you,
five
know,
itself.
five or a 6. Then you got,
I think it's a 6 as well because
yeah.
I think it's a definitely solid 6.
Then you got
from
Bailey as
7.
well.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
Scott. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah,
Sorensen.
Scott. Yeah.
Yeah,
it,
two of the
that's-
best props
yeah.
in the world, plus like one of the best bench forwards.
Yeah. 6. Oh, nah, I'm going 7 actually.
7. They don't have many, but
Nah.
and then you got like a Nephi Pudu's in their development team. St George. Ugh,
Yeah, I know.
they look a bit. Hang on, did they make the 8?
No.
Didn't they nearly make the 8?
No.
They
oh,
did
yes.
so.
No, yes, they did.
And I remember
because
they were in the hunt still.
they were
and
in
I'm
the
thinking,
hunt, and
how
then-
the fuck are they still like having a sniff here?
Because the Roosters only just made it.
Oh, yeah, because they kind of went and then they just
Because
took off at the end.
Roosters had that five game losing streak at the start, or 4 game losing streak at the start, and that sort of because we
They were
got early
misfiring a
injuries.
bit, and then they found their legs
Yes.
and took off.
Yes,
That's right.
that's right.
Anyway, so who they got there?
Yeah, this is a 1 for sure.
Well, no one. You've got
What, Moses Suli? No, is he?
he's no, I think he'd still play. I think he'd play for Tonga. He's eligible though. Well,
Yeah, no, I think this is legit a 0. This has to be a 0.
you could give them a 0. You could give these guys. You could give him a 0.
Depends if like the Francis Molo or
Yeah, they're pretty good, and his brother.
yeah.
And then you got Masilla is eligible, but
Yeah.
he'd opt for Tonga.
I think this
Should
is
have to go 0.
you'd have to go 0.
I mean, not even for the Kiwi Mana, but
Yeah,
just in general.
In general, their team is shit.
And they haven't signed anyone, so that just tells you that their salary cap's fully shat the bed.
Oh, for sure.
All they've done is lost players, so that just
They've got who? Jack Bird, Jack DeBellin, Ben Hunt,
it just reeks of like
and
they've lost players.
Zach Lomax, the biggest hot head in the whole competition.
They've lost players and haven't
Yeah.
bought anyone.
Cody Ramsey, he's the fullback.
Like that screams of like our salary cap is fucked.
Moses Suli's all right, but
I mean, like it's an
Yeah.
okay team, but to not sign anyone good and then lose some good players and then that's just saying that up top
I reckon the Dolphins would target
there's something wrong there. Obviously up top.
Dragons for the win.
The only person they've signed is Murdoch Masilla, who is good at times, but
But it was only ever fringe for the Warriors, and even then he couldn't trust the bugger. To be fair,
right, St George, yeah, so that was 0. South Sydney.
what's Michael Chikam? He's Samoan, eh?
Yeah, I think he's eligible though.
Yeah,
But I don't know if he'd play.
Leon Tahoe.
Leon Tiho. Haven't heard of him before.
No, he's a new really.
I'll just have a quick
Yeah,
Googak. Oh shit, he's had some games. He's a centre.
yeah. Okay. No picture though.
No picture. No, that's him.
He's got teammates. Nothing really.
There's nothing really there, but he's
Yeah,
played a few games.
okay.
Okay. All right, who else we got here? Katapani. Sounds Māori as well. Could be. Saliva Havili is eligible, but he plays for Tonga.
Tane Milne.
Tane Moon, yep. Currently plays for Fiji, or didn't play because he got suspended.
Yeah.
Good player though. He just needs to rein that in. He was good for the Wales when he has had a few cracks. Once again, nothing of real note.
I'm a 1. Just on the base of that.
Who's getting? Tane Moon is he
Yeah.
getting the 1 for you? I guess that's worth 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give them 1 too.
Yeah.
All right, Sydney Roosters 0 next.
Woo!
Jared Wadia Hargreaves, the veteran,
The Vetty.
still gets you a couple of points.
Yep.
Joseph Manu, who's that guy? Never heard of him.
Best player in football. That's 5 points itself, right there. The Chews.
Oh, Brandon Smith.
Mate, this might be close to a 10, I think.
Oh. Yeah.
Tapuha, sorry. He's a
Tukupaho Tapuha.
yeah.
Never heard of that, Joker.
I think he's a prop, from memory. Could be wrong. Probably am wrong.
He's the bloody commentator's worst nightmare. He's
Yeah.
an Aussie commentator's worst nightmare.
Tapuha.
Kupaho. How ooh.
He's a prop, eh?
Yeah.
He's massive too. Like
Looks like a big dog.
he's huge.
Played for the Maldives as well. Chat. Sweet.
How old is he?
Where has his
21.
Wikipedia?
He's 21. No, you can see.
21.
Yeah.
21.
So he's
Height 196, nationality New Zealand, 114 kgs
shit, he's huge.
of Māori prime beef.
Nearly 2 meters too. Fuck.
Shit. Shocker, Sydney have got a great up-and-comer. That's about it. All right.
That's a 8 in anyone's book.
So you've got... Hang on. I can't let you just put that out there. I need to look at it again.
You tell me if you can get anything lower.
Jared, Joseph, Manu, the cheese. Oh, okay, so you got Manu and the cheese. That instantly puts you... Then you got Jared. Yeah, okay. I'd probably give you that. And then you got that young fella.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. What you said. I'll give you that.
I could have said 10, but I was just like, eh.
Man, good squad.
It is a fucking good squad, man.
It's
Jake
interesting.
Turpin. I like that Jake Turpin sign.
A little bit of freaky. He's a bit of a freak, eh? Freak in the sheets, apparently.
Because then, and Victor's got our 13 through and through.
Mate. All right, so it's kind of Watson out for the season? Or is it just
Don't know. He hasn't really heard anything, but I don't mind it because that pays the way for Jake Turpin to...
Yeah, well, they just signed Turpin.
Yeah.
They get injured. They'll be thinking, oh, phew, lucky we done that.
I like Connor Watson. He brings the thing that Jason always forgets to bring, the fizz.
Never brings a fizz. That's what Connor brings. Brings a fizz, eh? And I think...
What's that? No Fahu White.
No Fahu White. Yeah, I forgot that Tukupa Ho played for the Maldives last year.
He's big, man.
He's a big unit.
I remember.
Born in Auckland.
Yeah.
Played second row lock for
Yeah.
Sydney Roosters. So he's had a couple of games. No. So you know that up and comer, that's good.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Solid 8.
Moving on. West Tigers, they actually got John Bateman. There was a lot of
Yeah,
noise about it,
yeah.
and boom, they landed him.
They landed him.
I mean, that's a fucking scary back row there.
Yeah.
They've gone well there.
Yeah.
Kiwis.
Ken Mamalo.
Kenny Mamalo.
Ronati Koda, sorry.
I mean, we might be missing some Pākehā players that are in our teams that are Kiwis, but
Yeah, probably a lot.
we're just looking at like...
The thing is, unfortunately in the league, you never know who the bloody...
Yeah.
Rocco Berry, fuck, he sounds bloody Spanish for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah, this Joker. Played for Cook Islands, but born in Auckland, 23 years old. Who else got?
Ice Peppy.
Ice Peppy, well, that's 10. So they'll get a 10.
Just reel it back, brother. Reel it back. I had to reel it back for fucking Manu. He could have been 7 by himself.
Sure. Charlie Staines and MeUndies. Where else we got? Oh, they're actually a bit short of others, really.
Yeah.
So you got Ice and Ken. And, did we say Matamua? And Ngati Koda. One top player, one second tier, and then...
It's a solid 6.
Yeah, I was going to say 6.
Yeah.
It's a 6. We got Will Smith. I'm surprised they let him play after he slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, I know. I'm real surprised about that.
All right. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all the teams.
shit.
All right. You heard it here first, second, third. You've heard it here.
Yeah.
Um,
Roosters, best.
Roosters, they're up there.
I know one person in our group will agree with me, or Keeney.
Oh, yeah. Well. Yeah, it's just you won't go there. All right, so that was our Kiwi power ratings. So who came out on top? Roosters,
Melbourne,
and then Warriors.
Warriors behind
I've
them.
got quite a few Kiwis players. Yeah.
Yep, and the sort of Parramatta, then Penrith as well.
Yeah. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Good shit. It's actually good to go through and see who's playing for who. All right, to our next segment.
Refresh.
Your money right in the end. Who
I think I
the man
used this
though?
one.
Pile up the cash.
Did we?
When I do
Oh,
that
yeah,
money
we did
dance though. 50K for the beat in the event, son. What's the life?
I reckon we should find some new songs for this year.
We should do that.
Yep.
We should.
Yep.
Yeah, we could have easily done that in the off season.
Too much of this fucking shit going
Too
on.
much of this going down. All right. Sweet. So our next segment we're going to do is Kiwis players to watch this season and why. Sammy, do you want to kick us off?
For sure. Oh, fuck.
And I'll have another beverage, please, kind sir.
Oh, shit the bed. So I'm gonna stick with my I'm gonna put my sombrero back on.
Yes.
I'll stick with the Roosters again, like I always do, because that's what I'm good at. So I think Kiwis to watch this season. For me is definitely Brandon Smith. Transition to a sort of opposite team to Melbourne Storm, where Roosters play on flair, where Roosters play on, they're quite methodical about what they do.
Yeah.
They break down, and Brandon was good in that role because he became a black sheep of the Storm and did his own thing, and that's where I think where it came undone a little bit for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't play that sort of role per se, where in the Roosters, it's all about flair, in the star power and blah blah blah, and I think he'll having Teddy run those inside lines off a 9, he's gonna have a fucking field day, mate.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. I think he might take a couple of matches to. He's one of those players where he doesn't usually. You can't just chuck him in. Usually, I think the rest of the team have to get reused to how he plays.
So what will happen is probably they'll sort of incorporate Victor into the hooker role a little bit, and I reckon in the first couple of games it'll sort of be a mix and match to start off with, and Victor will take a few dummy halves, and then vice versa, just to give the Cheese a bit of a breather, because he fucking works hard.
Spice.
And then once he gets into this rhythm, I think shit. You watch, like I said, that combo from Teddy. Running off
up and around the middle there.
Up around the middle. And that's what the Cheese loves. He loves his fullbacks or his wingers coming off on the inside of him.
Well, I think he'll definitely... I think where the Roosters done their best work was around the ruck through the middle, and when they were kind of... the likes of like Joey Manu, even when he was sent, he was sniffing around the ruck and that, when they're starting to get a roll on. So I think Cheese matches definitely...
And with because of what Carey does, and especially with Manu, how he hip scops and jumps along the thing, if Victor plays that role at dummy as well, it takes Cheese off the ball a little bit and gives him time just to let the play come back to him. And I think that's where the Melbourne Storm took it away, because they always punch the middle, then go, which nothing wrong with fucking...
The only time the Storm were really... where they'd really jump out of the box is when Brandon would carry the ball.
Yeah.
And he's a little nugget, so he's hard to tackle. We always have fast play.
Especially in the 5 metre in the try line, man.
So, really interested to see how that goes. Obviously want him to play well. And it'll be interesting to see how he fits into the Roosters system. And hopefully he just doesn't get any injuries. But he's a pretty robust fella, so definitely looking forward to him playing, that's for sure.
You go next and I'll go after you, sir.
All right. So my Kiwi to watch, my first one, is Valance. It's not got Valance in there.
It's
so
Valance. Like balance.
Yes. Valance to Brick Shithouse, Fuddy. Well, obviously, a lot of people have seen his highlights now. All these other joggers are putting up videos of him and that. Yeah. And I've been talking about him for a while, but I really cannot wait to see him rip shit and bust. He's a solid man, and the way he moves for a guy of that build was like, it's like Greg Eastwood when he first played.
Yeah.
But faster. Yeah, and more skill. Absolute weapon. So hopefully it's a little bit I'm a little bit worried because it's at the Dolphins.
Yeah, exactly.
If he was, say, I mean, it might put him in front of more people. So if he doesn't, if he goes okay at Dolphins, someone else might pick him up.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping he smashes it, regardless. And it could even have vibes of Connie Harrell's first season.
Yeah, exactly.
The way Connie
Exactly.
used to play.
But a fit Connie Harrell,
Yeah.
you know, because Valance is very, very fit.
Yeah.
Because
It's a little bit misleading because of his build.
But because he played a lot of sevens, sort of,
That's right.
you know, so he's actually sevens first before, well, also 15s as well, but, you know.
Predominantly was a sevens player, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he fucking ripped up.
Just looking at his first year of league, like he was playing in Q Cup, but there's a lot of people, there's guys in there that play league all their life.
Exactly. And they're just like, what the fuck?
And he's just destroying teams. So even if he does...
I reckon in 2 or 3 years, he'll shift into the forwards.
I think I think he can do a Greg Eastwood. Definitely.
Also, you look at, you know, Nia Kure or, you know, even, you know, Moses Leota, you know, he's sort of a, you know.
You can shift him out a little bit.
Shift him out a little bit.
So yeah, I could definitely see him shift, like, you know, as you get older, you lose a bit of speed, so you could come in a bit. But so there's probably you've probably got a long history. You could see a long future for him in the game for sure. But
because he's been at the Dolphins 2 years now, hasn't he? Second year?
Yeah, I believe so. I think this was his first full year.
He went over 2021 and then full proper season 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, to see him doing that, I mean, that's just raw ability.
Yeah.
And it's always interesting, like, it's never a gimme whether that translates to NRL level, but, I mean, I'd be surprised if it doesn't. I mean, just look at him.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like an absolute handful. He's a rugby league handful.
He was playing rugby against him. He was a fucking handful too.
Yeah. All right, who's your other?
You just go again because I want to change my player, and I'm just need to think about this one a little bit because I don't want to use this player again.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I told you who it was before I started. Now I forgot. No, I've got it. Just signed with the Raiders. Danny Levi.
Yeah.
Or Levy. Played a few kids for the test for the Kiwis, Knights, Broncos. Now I just don't know what it is. I've always rated him.
He did play for Samoa this year.
He did, and last year.
And last year, yeah.
And they're a different team when he's playing. He's a good hooker.
He's an angry man. He's an angry man.
He reminded a lot of Isaac Luke.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
I thought he was like the next incumbent to the New Zealand 9 jersey, and then I think he fell out of favour with Nathan Brown when he was at the Knights.
Yeah, he definitely went off the boil a little bit.
And then went to Brisbane, so there might be something behind the scenes there. But hey, I really want him to lock down an NRL squad position. Just for the Kiwi, if you're looking at the Kiwis team, he's still a passionate New Zealander. Yeah. So I think he'd still want to play for the Kiwis if asked. With the likes of Brandon Smith or JMK and one of them get injured, we'll need another one.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he's around or aroundabouts and has a good year, I'm just really keen to see him have a good year.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't know what happened with the other teams. I just thought he was still playing well when he got chopped from both of them. So might be something else. But anyway, Danny, I want to see you play well, and hopefully you get a shot at the Kiwis. But if not, you know, you're a great hooker for Samoa, which they need. So
absolutely cool. So I was going to go back to Old Faithful Joseph Manu, but we fucking know about him. We're going to watch him anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, he's gonna. Let's be honest.
He's gonna
have a mean season.
He's gonna have a mean season. No, so I just had a little thought about that just then. Obviously, I think Tamati Martin is someone that I really intrigued to watch because he's not going to be in a position where he's going to be a leader. And
he was kind of just chilling out at the Broncos.
Exactly. So and watch him take the lead and take it off Sean Johnson. I think we're going to see a little bit of elitism from him this year. Yeah. And that's what
Next level.
Yeah. So I think for sure, and especially local talent, Waikato boy.
Yeah, hard.
So we're all rooting for him. But I think he's definitely gonna change the dynamics of the Warriors a little bit, bring a bit of hearty sort of, this is my fucking homeland sort of shit.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, he's just got so much polish on him, whereas I think...
and his story's good too, man.
Great story. If you look at all the touches he had for the Broncos setting up tries, I mean, Sean's a great player, but I think what Tamati doesn't do is panic.
No, exactly.
So
he's pretty chill, man.
He always pulls the right trigger. So I think that is what the Kiwis, the Warriors need. That's what Shawnee needs next to him. Yeah. And I think if Tamati has a wicked year, I think Sean will too.
Exactly, and it's
imagine if they both play well, like they're both
and uninjured the whole season.
Like,
man, consistency is key. And-
Shawnee is like, he didn't make the Kiwis this last year,
Yeah.
but Sean playing well probably isn't. He's probably more in Kieran Foran's position of being a roundabout.
Shit, do you think he could play a hooker role?
I don't know.
No, I
He
guess
probably could.
I've just I guess any seven can play hooker.
You just you can. I mean, anyone to a point could play. Just,
Yeah.
Hey, how close everyone had to stand to you would just be different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it was me, you'd be on my shoulder. Short balls only. That's a good one, Te Maire Martin. I'm super intrigued just to see how he goes. And he's just such a in those Broncos games.
Especially
They weren't winning.
No, we weren't winning, but fuck
Then he played.
Yeah.
Then they started winning.
Because he ended fullback.
Yeah, and he just added that extra bit of.
He just swallowed those balls.
And then attacking, he'd just have. When you've got someone who knows the right.
It was mean.
Leave it a
I
pull.
remember when he was carrying the ball and he'd just go across and then just straight up the line and just. I was like, fuck, that's mean.
And he's just got that instinct in him, eh?
Just a natural instinct.
Just to like even with his passing, just to not hit the winger or not.
Yeah.
He wouldn't just throw it anyway. He'd get tackled or whatever. So
Yeah.
Whereas some people have that in them where they go, fuck it, I'm out. Really exciting.
Yeah, for
fizzing.
sure.
Absolutely fizzing.
Fizzy.
When that came out, I was like, shit, yes. Because I think, if he didn't have that injury at the end, he would have been on the Kiwis tour.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's really a good signing coup from the Warriors. They've done well there. Still not quite a year, though.
Not to win it.
No.
Hell no.
But hey, they could fuck around and get 8th, 7th. Especially if the thing is obviously those.
To be fair,
those
I'm
players
actually
we're
getting a
talking
lot
about.
more excited than Warriors than I usually would at the moment.
Yeah. Now, see, this is what happens most years, and then.
Thing is, I don't get excited about the Warriors.
Yeah. So then that must mean something's up.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
I love the Warriors in my team, but Roosters
Something
have to
happening
do,
in the loins.
And I think just going through that team tonight just sort of elevated my. I was like, fuck.
Because you got the polish with Te Maire, you got the mongrel with Niakore and Barnett.
Yeah.
If Isaac Liu does come,
fuck.
I mean that is actual game changing.
Yeah. Because
That
he's
is
good.
the next thing, and it's like, okay,
Shit, because he's good for my Roosters, man.
okay, we can do something here. At the moment, we're just lacking that one more big forward up front. But yeah, so good point to Marty Martin. Yeah, shit. Hopefully he gets through uninjured. Fucking smokes it.
Touch the woody.
Because of him, Dylan Brown, Jerome Hughes, if Te Maire has a good year, Sean does too.
Oh, fuck.
Those are all the halves and the Kiwis kind of. And you still got Foz.
Yeah.
So there's actually some depth there for a change. We don't usually have that.
New Zealand depth is crazy at the moment, so.
Yeah, no, it's actually, we've probably got one of the best years for a couple of years for depth coming up anyway. For sure. Well, those are the Kiwis to watch, so make sure you get amongst it. Give them a watch. Obviously there's no games this weekend, so we don't have a best bet for you. Don't even know what's running around this weekend. Could have chucked a horse one out there.
Best bet for me this weekend is I'm going to go NFL here, and it's postseason right now. So Jaguars were actually
Jaguars. Yes.
Jaguars. They were the bottom feeders of the season. Now that they've topped, they were top 4 now.
Oh shit!
So and they're playing the Chargers this weekend. I think they can do the Chargers. So just a bit of side bet and
Just a head-to-head,
bit of head-to-head
money.
Jaguars against Chargers
No margin?
on Saturday. Nah, no margin. Just
You're
head-to-head.
going to stay away from that this year? Because a lot of the times you picked it, but you just hit the margin wrong.
Head-to-head.
All right. I've got nothing for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. All right. Thanks for listening. Now, I'm going to get better at this year. So, if you've enjoyed any of our podcasts on Spotify or YouTube, please leave a review and a rating. 5-star, obviously. Not a 1-star shit. That 5. So, hit the like, subscribe, review, do all that stuff. If more people like us and subscribe to us and review us, we'll show up more in other algorithms and so on and so on. So yeah, thanks for listening.
Yep, thank you guys.
First one done for the year, baby.
Yep.
How good?
We're back, baby.
We're back.
2023's our year.
Yes, it is. Go the Wild.
Go the Roosters.
Otherwise,
You know what it's
Roosters.
like, and you're ready
they
to
wouldn't know.
die. Take them all.
Cut that out.
Oh.
You got the measure of your man, and you know that you can go all the way.
Give it to him. would
Yeah.
you?
Give 'em a taste.
Oh yeah.
Give 'em a taste of
Penicini.
Penis inning.
Willie Penicini. Can we go through one without talking about penis?
No, impossible.
Impossible.